woman named Livia who was running early in the morning. After this, she comes to her large house, has some breakfast, and then starts looking for clothes for herself. Actually, today was her first day as a teacher in college, so she didn't want to be late. Getting ready quickly, she arrives at the college. Since it was her first day, she didn't know much about the college, while the kids in the class were waiting for her. The kids were busy with their own fun when their new sports teacher entered the class and apologized to everyone for being late. Livia introduced herself and started asking the students about themselves. One by one, everyone began to introduce themselves along with their names. A funny thing was also to be told. Some called themselves beautiful and some were claiming to be melodious, but when it was Sean's turn, he says that his weapon is very big. Everyone started laughing at Sean's joke, but Livia started to lower her eyes. Now Sean asks Livia to tell a funny story, to which she responds that she was a gymnast before. After college, Livia was at home, and then her daughters arrive. Everyone was eating and talking, and through their conversations, we learn that Livia's husband's name is Norman. Norman is a famous lawyer. 5 years ago, Norman met Livia, after which they got married, and these two girls are from Norman's first marriage. She had no children of her own, but she loved Norman's daughters very much, and she also considered Livia as her mother. A few days later was their wedding's 5th anniversary, which is why their daughters asked them to come to the city. Livia wanted to love Norman, while as usual, today too, Norman was focused on his work. Livia tried to warm him up, but Norman told her to go to sleep and again got back to his work, leaving Livia thirsty. The next morning, before Livia woke up, Norman had already gone to work. Livia spent the whole day at college and then came back home. The next morning while she was running, she heard a voice and felt as if someone was following her. But no one is visible to her. After that, when she came home and started taking a shower, the doorbell rang. She wraps herself in towels and goes outside, where she finds red roses. Picking up the roses, she starts looking around, but no one is in sight. After that, she gets ready and reaches college. All the students are playing football, and Sean is playing the best, which is why Livia praises him. In return, Sean compliments her beauty. After a while, Livia is talking to a fellow student, and in the meantime, they notice Sean, who is in a fight with someone. Both have injured each other. Livia and her friend try to stop them. Sean is badly hurt, which is why Livia goes to the changing room to treat him. Livia checks Sean carefully to see if he has any internal injuries, but Sean is perfectly fine. Everyone knew that Livia had quit gymnastics because of a neck injury, so Sean asks her about her neck. Livia tells him that the doctor had fixed her neck with some screws, which she can still feel. Sean starts to look at her neck, and during this, they begin to come closer to each other. They were about to kiss when someone's arrival interrupted them. Now Sean had left, but Livia felt a rush through her body because of his actions. Now, unwillingly, Livia's attention remained on Sean. After a while, Livia was watching Sean's videos on the internet. But then she doesn't find it right. She messages Sean saying that what happened today wasn't good, so it won't happen again. There was another teacher sitting in front of Olivia, and seeing her alone, he started hitting on her. They were just talking when Sean's message comes in. Sean had sent a picture of his stick, which made Olivia start laughing. The teacher asks her the reason for laughing, but Olivia makes an excuse and avoids the topic. The teacher asks Olivia to come out with him, but Olivia had to go home, so she rejects him. When she arrives home, she sees white roses on the dining table. Before sleeping, she asks Norman about the flowers because she thought Norman had brought flowers for her. It will happen, but Norman found the flowers outside the door. The next day, when Livia was at college, she saw Sean's parents. A few days ago, Sean had a fight, and his parents were called to the college in that context. Sean's mother was an old friend of Livia, who was meeting her after a long time. Sean apologizes to Livia for the fight, and hearing this, his parents became happy. However, Livia tells them that strict laws have been made in college for such fights. She was just talking when Sean started teasing her with his feet, which made Livia feel quite awkward, but she composed herself and said that because of this behavior, Sean cannot go on the trip to Berlin. Hearing this, Sean's parents were sad. "I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that." She started thinking about Sean and how she could have fun with him. The next morning, Livia was running. Today, no one was watching her secretly, nor had anyone sent her roses. Livia understood that it was all Sean's doing. Livia wanted to meet Sean today as well, but Sean was busy. After a few days, Livia came to Sean's house. Actually, Sean's mother had invited her to meet her friends because Livia was new here. Soon, Sean also came home, and he was surprised to see Livia. When he asked, Livia said that your mom had called me. After meeting everyone, Sean went to take a shower, after which Livia also made an excuse to go to the washroom and followed him, showing off her skills with her hands. Norman didn't want to deceive him, but whenever she started getting close to Norman, that guy would push her away. That's why she began getting closer to Sean. Whenever she got the chance, she would start looking at Sean. She would talk to him all day long, and Norman had also noticed this. One day, when she was taking attendance, she found out that Sean was sick, which is why he didn't come to college. The next day, Norman introduces Olivia to a party with his friends. Everyone was talking to each other while Olivia's attention was focused on her phone, which Norman found strange. Seizing the moment, she calls Sean because she was worried about him. When Sean doesn't answer the phone, she impulsively leaves the party to check on Sean. "I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that." Seeing her cry, Norman began to doubt her, but he didn't say anything. The next day, when Livia noticed Rena in college, she started to get angry with her. She went to the changing room, picked up Rena's phone, and uploaded some of her wrong pictures to the internet, then quietly left. Because of Livia's actions, Rena faced a lot of disgrace, and then taking the opportunity, Livia came to her and started to act. When she asked, Rena told her that Sean had taken some pictures of her on her phone, and now they had gone viral. Hearing this, Livia began to tell her that Sean is not a good person. If she didn't want to ruin her life, she should stay away from him. After that, she also met Sean's mother and confronted her about Rena. Sean started ignoring Livia, which made Livia angry and led her to behave this way. One day, she goes to meet Sean after thinking about it. After a lot of persuasion, Sean agrees to talk to her, and Livia tells him that she is going to be a mother. Hearing this, Sean is shocked because he was just passing time with her. Livia wanted to love him, and despite Sean's reluctance, he starts making an impact in her life. A few days later, when Livia returned home after running, she noticed something on her scan. She realized that Norman must have found out everything, and she didn't know what to do. Just then, Sean's mother comes to meet her. Everyone had found out because she had read Livia's messages on Sean's phone. She tells Livia to stay away from Sean. Livia was silently listening to her, while Sean's mother says that if she sees you near Sean, I will kill you. Hearing this, Livia runs away crying and spends the whole night in a hotel because she did not have the courage to face Norman. The next day, when she gathered the courage to come home, Norman does not open the door. Norman had packed her things and left them outside the house. When after a long time Norman still doesn't open the door, Livia takes her bag and leaves. Later, when she comes to college, everyone there already knows about her. The college people are talking to her. Questions start being asked, but Livia had no answers. In the meantime, she notices Norman's car and runs outside so she can talk to Norman and apologize to him. However, seeing Sean come out of Norman's car surprises her. She understood that Sean had told Norman and everyone else. But now, she couldn't say anything to Sean even if she wanted to. At the end of the story, she leaves with her belongings, and with that, this tale comes to an end. Thank you very much for watching our video. If you are a fan of such videos, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye. Music.